3-2, Mr. Piper. All
Can I
you.
see the good news in Colorado?
All right, recording blank
It's
now.
legalized for recreational use.
We're good.
21 or older, yep. So,
For
it could
medical
be,
use?
no, recreational. Which
That is
means,
smoking for fun.
I was like, so,
Okay, so have any of you ever wondered how something so intricate, like these pictures here, can come out of something as simple as a piece of paper like this? Well, origami does that. Origami is a creative, interesting, and complex art form. And I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize, relax, dude. Tell me a story. It's complex and what?
Interesting and creative, okay. Origami is not something that a lot of people know a lot about, and it is relatively simple to do, and anyone can learn. For me, origami began when I was in 6th grade in art class, and ever since then I was inspired to just do it for fun. So today I'm going to tell you all about the history of it and how it's evolved over time, the techniques involved in creating any origami object, and I will then demonstrate to you all how to make something. So, before you can start thinking about making something in origami, you have to learn about the history. And according to a documentary done by PBS, paper was invented in China in about 105 AD, and then it was brought to Japan by Chinese monks in about the 6th century, where the Japanese then used it to fold the paper for ceremonies like weddings. Then, in the same documentary, PBS documented how it's evolved over time, and it's now more recreational. It's something that involves mathematical equations. This picture up here is an example of what is called modular origami. It's like, I don't know, it involves math, but it's really crazy. And then there's this man named Akira Yoshizawa. He set the guidelines for modern origami. He devised a system of arrows, symbols, and diagrams that instruct people through making different things. And they were published and they're used widely now. So before you can start making origami objects, you have to learn the basic folds. And according to a book titled Absolute Beginner's Origami, basic folds are crucial to making anything out of origami. Practicing will make them perfect, and you also need to know how to do them to move on to the next step, which are bases. So I folded some of the most basic folds. So that first one up in the top left is the mountain fold, and then the valley fold and the location fold. These ones are simple, and their names describe how they look.
Is that location fold like only a couple inches in the middle?
Yeah, it's like,
So it
it's
doesn't.
just so to know where you have to fold something in the center if you don't want to make a hole.
Gotcha.
And then here are some more complex ones. It's an outside reverse, a squash fold, a rabbit's ear, and an inside reverse fold. Those ones can be difficult. So once you learn how to make the basic folds, then you can move on to the next step, which are bases. According to the same book, Absolute Beginner's Origami, bases are abstract shapes that can turn into thousands of different shapes. And once again, practicing them will make them perfect, so you actually have to do them to know how to make them. So these are some common bases. This is the windmill, the frog, kite, and preliminary bases. This is probably the kite is probably the simplest one. The rest of them are pretty hard to make. The diamond, fish, and watermelon bases are also pretty difficult. And then I will now demonstrate to you all how to make a simple swan. Alright, so take your paper like this and take this corner here, okay, this corner here, and fold it over to this corner. These are all the way down. Okay, once you've done that, open it back up and you now have a valley fold. It kind of looks like a valley, so it makes sense to call it that.
Or a taco.
And now, you fold this right here up like this.
What?
Oh, I guess it's like tight. I don't know. Is that what it's like that?
Yep. Like that. And then, once you do that, then you fold this, do the same thing on the other side. Okay. You have all just made a kite base, which is pretty simple,
I knew
but
it.
you did it. And then turn it over now. And do the same thing that we just did again on the back. So fold it up like this.
Oh, this is hard.
Okay.
Wait, you're going too fast.
Okay, now that you have that, fold this bottom point right here up to the top. Oh, sorry. This point right here up to the top.
Oh, I see it. Oh.
Okay.
No.
Once you fold that up there,
The only thing.
fold this point up here down just a little bit to form the head of the swan.
It looks like a bird.
And then, once you do that, fold it in half, like that. It should all fold in half.
Wait, what are we doing?
Oh, okay. Fold this, you have this right here, and then just fold it in half, backwards. And then, once you do that, just pull this up, pull this neck up, like that, pull that up. And then crease it right here, and then you and pull the head up,
There's something called
and then you have a swan.
Oh my
Yours looks like a bowl. Wait,
Kind of a big deal.
but I guess mine doesn't look that right.
Okay, so now that I
There's some kind of business.
taught you all how to make something simple from origami, I will refresh all your memories and everything that I've told you about today. In a documentary done by PBS, I got information about the history and evolution of origami. It began when paper was invented in China, and then it was brought to Japan in the 6th century where they used it for some ceremonies, and then it evolved over time into something where mathematical equations were used to make the designs. And then I told you all about the techniques involved in creating really any origami object. You have to practice them to be perfect. And then I demonstrated to you all how to make something simple out of origami and showed you all a kite base and a valley fold. One thing that separates origami from all other art forms is all you need are your hands.
Cool.